Alright, let's see if I can get to work this time. This is Chad White. This is Tips from the Roadcast Musician, coming to you live from the Fortress of Solitude, located deep within the heart of the Amnesty International House of Pancakes. Unfortunately, I hit the stop button instead of the pause button after playing with Trixie and introducing you to her. The idea was to tell you about some of the pluses of using multi-effects versus setting up a pedal board. And there are pluses and minuses to both. I'll do my best to keep it brief because I ramble as it is. Plus, it's Friday night. We're all isolated with this coronavirus thing here, so I'm working on one of my favorite things of all time, a Canadian club and soda with a lovely wedge of lime. I am not driving, so I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and put this on pause. I'm going to show you a little bit of stuff around the house here. All right, we're going to go ahead and start looking at a couple of multi-effect pedals I got here. Let me switch the camera around here. Looks like we're good. Now, one of the pluses of having a multi-effect pedal is that with a single power supply, you can access all sorts of sounds. With this one, you can access different types of amplifier models. You can switch cabinet types. When I use this thing, everything seems to go through an AC30 cabinet because I'm a Vox fanatic. Different types of chorus, flange, univibe. This thing has a fantastic univibe. But the preamp that is built in this, the REMS preamp that later went into the Vox Valvetronic setup, was invented by the same guy who invented the univibe, so there's a hell of a pedigree with this thing. What are the minuses? Well, you're limited to what this thing's got built in. This doesn't have backwards delay. Well, it kind of does, but you have to know how to use the foot pedal to get it, and it's a pain in the butt. I've had this thing for close to 20 years. I have never figured out the reverse delay. Let me put this Bambino back down here. This is another one. I also play bass, but there is a version that Korg makes of this one as well. It's red. It's intended for guitar. This thing is still fantastic for guitar, by the way, and it's obviously great for bass. This has the cleanest thing I've ever heard in my life. This has a preamp that can make anybody's guitar sound like a Nile Rodgers. It's fantastic. Over here is probably my favorite cheap guitar amplifier of all time. Not amplifier, I'm sorry. Guitar multi-effect of all time. The Korg AX5G, which unfortunately I fried by plugging a line 6 AC power supply into by mistake. All I can tell you is that it looked exactly the same as the correct one that was sitting right next to it. And, well, it was a long day. I keep this because I keep thinking there's got to be somebody who knows how to fix one of these without me spending $50 to do it. Because it's only set me back $49 to begin with. This, if you can ever find one of these, buy at least one if you can. This is fantastic. Doesn't have tap tempo, but the sounds are fantastic. It's got a slow gear. It's got modulation delay. It's got a fantastic Korg, an SLO model, Soldano, fantastic all over. And there's my other cat, Trixie, Norton. Well, there's Norton. There's Trixie. Trixie. Trixie's tired of my crap. Okay. So what are the pluses? The pluses, where's the camera? Okay, I never know where the lens is on this thing. What are the pluses of the multi-effect? The multi-effect, everything's in one little box. One power supply, you don't have to deal with cables. Noise is going to be less because you don't have system issues like possible ground lift problems from having multiple pedals plugged into the single power supply with a daisy chain, maybe like a one-step. Is it called a one-step? I have one, and I can't remember what the stupid thing is called. One-stop. Let me look at the stupid thing. Power-all. I thought it was a one-stop. It's a power-all. But the whole idea is sometimes those can make more noise than they're worth. If you're using a lot of distortions or putting digital pedals in the line as well, you can get some additional noise you don't need. So those are some of the things that having a multi-effect pedal can help you get around. Now let me show you some multi-effect, some pedalboard stuff I have set up. It's been a long damn day. There's Norton. Norton is happy to be here. How you doing, sweetie? Norton's happy to be anywhere. I have a few different setups here. This is what I call my geezer board. Allow me to explain. I play in a couple of different bands. One of them plays largely gigs like VFWs, resorts, a lot of Greatest Generation folks. I play for some absolutely fantastic people. I'm 58 years old, and sometimes I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest person there by a good 5-10 years. But this pedal setup allows me to get all sorts of sounds. Compression for everything. If I'm playing songs from the 60s, No Time by the Guess Who is a good example. This Donner Stylish Fuzz, which is a knockoff of an early Big Muff, is fantastic. Now, this Mosky B-Box is a $20. Actually, I think I got it for closer to $19, including shipping. It's a $19 knockoff of a Blues Breaker pedal. It is fantastic. It is probably my favorite general purpose overdrive in this category. My favorite of all time is my MXR Badass modified overdrive. I have two of those that I cascade together. This is a blue delay. It's a knockoff of the Mad Professor analog delay. I don't have it powered up. I actually use this as a kill switch. That's the nice thing about True Bypass. If you don't have it plugged in, you can use it as a kill switch. And this Bambino right here, this is the most expensive mini pedal I got, and I only paid $26 for it, including shipping and tax. This is a flawless knockoff of an Electro Harmonix Electric Mistress. It is a Donner, what is this? A Jet Convolution, and it is fantastic. You want David Gilmour, you run this, into that, and then from there on you run into your amp's reverb if your amp has that sort of thing, or a delay after this. Lately I've been running this into my Grand Canyon, which I just got. That is not a cheap-ass or a broke-ass pedal, but like I said, I got medical bills, but I gotta. I'm going to plug this in and give you a little bit of an idea here. Again, please forgive the audio. This is coming through a phone speaker, a phone microphone. All right, and as you can tell by the noise, I already have things set up over here. I'm going to start off by just going into the B-Box here. I'm going to throw in a little compression. That's a noisy thing, but then again, I do have P90s and I'm kind of standing near. I'm going wireless. But depending on how you stand, you still get some pickup noise because that's how it works. Let me go ahead and I'm just giving you the B-Box. You can see what the settings are. Going to put this down. It's going to be boring to look at, so thank you for your patience. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the clean. Next thing I do is I would turn down the gain somewhat and throw in a bit of the fuzz here. Like so. Noisy, but sometimes it's worth the noise.